Mzila, let me start with you, given that you are the chief executive of the industry. What are the 2 or 3 things that are getting in the way of exploration and mining in South Africa to get us to where South Africa ought to be, given our diverse mineralization?
Overall economic alignment between business and government is important, and then within that, really provide a very special and specific location for mining, because I'd like to call it a low-hanging fruit and easy pickings. And because within 12 to 18 months you can begin to see the shift in the economy if we had an approval of outstanding 5,066 mining and exploration permits. I want to refer to the Fraser Institute. I think it provides a summary of the issues. And for those who don't know the Fraser Institute, it's an international body that rates the perspectives and sentiments of explorers and miners regarding the attractiveness of a location for mining. And it's split 40% on policy issues and 60% on investment issues. And we did quite an in-depth assessment of the most recent report for our members. And when I looked at it, a couple of key takeaways for me. So if you look at the 15 elements, they cut across E, S, and G as well as economic. Secondly, the rating of these 15 elements are rated in such a way that participants will rate an issue as either it encourages investment or it deters investment. And what's interesting is, of the 15, around about the middle, maybe when I look at the top 9, those are probably the most critical issues that we have to solve. Security, infrastructure, amongst others. Interestingly, the issue of geological database and the cadastral system actually comes in the bottom half of that. So it's not a major issue. And so solving that is not going to solve all the problems in terms of what we need to do to encourage mining. But the most important ones: administration, interpretation, enforcement to remove uncertainty. For an exploration company, it has a budget where it has to take care of administration, which is applying for mining rights, paying for people. But the bulk of it is around actually digging holes in the ground to try and find the ore body. To the extent that there's an extended period of administration costs that you then exhaust, you then start digging into your exploration budget, and that's when they pack up and go, because it's no longer viable. The certainty of the application process is absolutely critical. And so there are a number of other factors that need to be solved in terms of what I call the critical issues, such as regulatory duplication, to have that positive sentiment and possibly begin to attract investment, be it the cadastral system, as we say, off the shelf. I think availability of labor is not a concern as such. Seeing some tax incentives, and there's certainly no issues around trade barriers, but we need to watch the conversation about beneficiation, because without fixing the basics, and most important of which is energy, I think it's a bit premature to start putting in constraints around beneficiation.